In this parasha, we learn about a skin disease known as tzaraz, which occurred in biblical times when one would speak bad about others and gossip. That person would be afflicted with this skin disease, and this skin disease would render the person impure, and that person would need to be isolated from the community for about 2 weeks. And over here, the Torah gives us a very unique law, and the Torah says that only a Kohen is authorized to render this person either impure or pure, no one else. And the question is, in all matters of the Torah, the rabbis have the authority to make a ruling. Why is it that when it comes to this leprosy, only the Kohen can render a ruling of this person? And the answer is, the Kabbalah teaches that the souls of the Kohanim originate from the chamber of chesed, of kindness, and therefore Kohanim have this innate loving kindness within them, and therefore the Torah says that the Kohanim, they have the mitzvah to bless the Jewish people. So when it comes to this leper, and when it comes to make a decision whether this person is impure and needs to be excommunicated, the Torah says, I only trust the Kohen, because since the Kohen is very loving and is very sensitive to the person, the Kohen would make sure to thoroughly examine the leprosy to make 100% sure that indeed it is tamei, it is impure. But others might, not be so careful, and they might just make a swift ruling that this person is impure, and that person would have to suffer the excommunication and the embarrassment and the pain. We learn a very important lesson. When a person does something wrong and needs to be rebuked or criticized, so who is qualified to criticize another person? Only one that loves that person. And not a person that doesn't love the person should not criticize. And the reason is because the Talmud says that words that come from the heart enter the heart. And therefore, when you truly care and love that person and you criticize that person, so your criticism is coming from your loving heart, and it will enter the heart, and it will be productive to help that person change and correct the situation. But if you don't really care about that person and you criticize that person, so it's not coming from your heart, it won't enter the heart, it won't be productive, and from that person's perspective, you are just ranting your frustration, and it won't have any good effect. And therefore, before criticizing another person, one should ask himself, do I really truly care about the person? If the answer is yes, then you can quietly criticize that person. Have a wonderful Shabbos.